We made over $700,000 in just over 2 years, and then we ended up filing for bankruptcy. It wasn't because we lost the job. It wasn't because of an overnight disaster. Hindsight is 2020. When I look back on what was going on in our lives at that time, we filed bankruptcy because really we weren't mentally prepared to handle that type of money. If you're watching this and you're thinking, if I could just make more money, all my financial problems would be eliminated, I'm here to tell you that isn't always the case. That's exactly what I used to believe, and I'm going to tell you my full story, beginning with the rise and how we made that money, and then how everything came crashing down, filing bankruptcy, and now the rebuild. If my story can save you from learning this the hard way, then every painful part is worth sharing. So if you're new here, my name is Tania and I'm Common Sense Tania. I actually created this whole page right at the beginning of our bankruptcy because I knew I needed a place to kind of vent how I was feeling. But there was a lot of shame that I had around the bankruptcy because we had done so well in business and had come from nothing. From the outside, it looked like we had it all. And on the inside, we were struggling. My goal is to help 100,000 women learn to manage their coins, be confident spenders, be consistent savers, and as a result, you can dream big. And if you'd like to see more of this type of content, make sure you like and subscribe. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. My husband and I, we've been married now 16 years. We have a couple little kitties, 6 kids actually, and we didn't come from anything. I didn't even graduate college until 2018 at 34 years old. So during that time, after I graduated college, I began working. My husband was working. We were making the most money we had ever made at that point in time. And our expenses were pretty low. So as a result, we were able to save a ton of money, get out of debt, purchase the home or build the home that we currently live in. And on the outside looking in, we were doing fantastic. We started a small business running Airbnbs. And at the height of the business, we had 10 Airbnb units, as well as 4 additional units that I was pretty much managing for investors. So we were managing 14 different Airbnbs. And that business exploded very quickly. This was like right after COVID when Airbnb was popping and there were no regulations. I call it the wild, wild west of the Airbnb business. And we literally grew so fast. I remember watching the business bank account when we had our first $10,000 month, $20,000 month, our first $50,000 month. And that's when I knew like we had hit gold. And over about 2.5 years, that business generated about $700,000 in revenue. And you're probably thinking, what was the problem? We had that business, was still working our full-time jobs, transitioning jobs in between as well. The expenses for the business were sky high because I was renting 10 apartments. So you're talking about 10 different rents, 10 electricity bills, water bills, all the things of that nature, not to mention just the normal expenses of running that business. And although the money was coming in, I felt inadequate. I felt like that little girl who grew up with nothing. I think that little girl was still deep inside of me and almost felt as if I didn't deserve the success that we were experiencing. And secretly, honestly, I was sabotaging our success. So between the business doing well, and the business ebbs and flows, and when it was great, it was great. And when it was low, I almost lost my mind. I'm talking about a nervous breakdown. It was as if I could not function and I couldn't see the forest amongst the trees, where this down season is just a down season. There's another season coming that's going to take you to the next spot. At one point in time when the business was in its low season, which is typically the winter off-season months, every day I would wake up and I would say, well, what bills need to be paid today? And I would just see, do we have enough to cover the expenses today? It was so tight. It was so stressful. And I did not have enough of that money mindset and being out of that poverty mindset to hold on to what we had until the next season rolled around that could have been bigger, better, and maybe even pivoted in a different way. I just could not see the forest amongst the trees. Not to mention, my husband and I was running this business along with our full-time jobs, and we were exhausted. We did not have a vacation where we didn't have our phone and laptops glued to us so that we could still make sure cleaners got to where they needed to be. It was completely exhausting. And one day I woke up and said, like, enough is enough. I'm over it. I can't do it anymore. I'm done. My husband was like, you tripping, relax. We can keep going. But I just could not continue at the pace we were going. I felt like we had grown too fast. We were doing the things that I thought was right because we learned about financial literacy and personal finance, and we were separating the money, and then the money started getting commingled. It was just a mess. So it was around about the spring when the season is supposed to pick back up. And I said, I can't do this anymore. I'm completely overwhelmed. The bills are more than I've ever seen. It's more money than we've typically have made. I just couldn't do it anymore. And I looked at my husband and was like, I don't know what to do. We have this property. We had purchased other properties. I had a property and a renovation that was supposed to take 3 months, and it wound up taking a year. And I had a contractor run off with the rest of my payment and didn't finish his work. Good lesson learned. I had great mentors, and I didn't want to come and talk to them about how I was feeling because I was so embarrassed about the fact that we had all the success and we were about to throw it away. So quietly, secretly, I talked to my husband and said, I want to file bankruptcy. I just want to be done with this business. I want to be done with everything else that's going on. The bills, the stress, I could not handle it. And we filed bankruptcy. My initial feeling after filing was complete shame, embarrassed. Because once again, we were the Black couple that finally had it figured out. Again, like I said, looking back, we grew faster than what we were actually mentally ready for. So the lesson in that is be careful what you ask for. One of the biggest lies that I think we tell ourselves is if you make more money, everything will be just fine. And I hear it. If I got a raise, if my business took off, if I could finally hit 6 figures. And, we had this idea of all the things that we would do or we'd be able to do should we make more money. The foundation that I have for personal finance, and this is like my passion, this is what I love to do, is I love to talk and chat and help people manage their coins, because what I learned prior to the bankruptcy helped us get to the point where we had a thriving business. So those tactical things, I know how to balance a budget. I know how to save consistently. I know how to set things up in automations and auto pay so that the savings go where it needs to go. The bills are paid when they need to be paid, and there's less stress. The part that I missed, the part that I skipped, was having a mindset that was able to handle what was coming. And I'm not saying it to scare you away from making more money, because we all deserve more money, more resources to do the things that God has called us to do. But let me tell you something. You have to fix your relationship with money and your money story. Whatever it is that you came up with, and maybe your parents told you they never had enough, and maybe you would come home and the lights would be out, or whatever those things are that are deeply engraved in you and that causes your relationship with money to be off, that needs to be addressed. Having more money in your hands won't fix those deep-seated issues. Another thing I learned the hard way is having more money doesn't make you a better person. I thought I was really her with some money in my pocket. It only amplifies who you truly are. I'm still her, don't get it twisted. But I was behaving in a way that was not consistent with my values and who I am and who I want to be seen as a person. So I say all that to say that I'm excited you found this video. I'm excited you found this channel. Come along with me on the journey of the rebuild. Through the bankruptcy, we had to do a Chapter 13 bankruptcy. If you want to understand more about Chapter 13, let me know in the comments. But it's essentially a restructuring of your debt. So we still came out with one of the rental properties, still kept our primary home. We actually thought we were going to keep the cars. We wound up getting other cars. And honestly, at the end of the day, it all worked out. It also allowed me to sit my tail down and really work on that deep mindset work, that heart work that I really needed to do. But I share this because I'm proud of the story. I'm proud of the rebuild. I'm proud to say that, hey, I've been there. And I know there's someone who's watching this who feels like they're drowning. And it can be, the actual numbers, the debts, maybe the decisions and the habits that haven't been in the best interest of you and your money. And I also understand now how all of that is tied together for the way your nervous system feels. I tell my husband all the time, being broke's not good for my mental health. I am not a nice person when there's no money. That part aside, I have to know that I still need to be who God designed me to be. My gifts, my talents are not defined by how much money I have. And I learned that I can rewrite my money story. And that's what I'm doing. If you're in the middle of your own financial story, you're not alone. And there is light on the other side. I'm a testament of it, and I'm learning it every day. Thank you for hanging out with me and letting me just share my story, my experience. If this resonated with you, make sure you like, subscribe, share with someone else who needs to hear it as well. And I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.